Today is a great day to start your own podcast. Whether you're looking for a new marketing channel, have a message you want to share with the world, or just think it would be dope to have your own talk show, podcasting is an easy, inexpensive, and fun way to expand your reach online. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. Your show can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more within minutes of finishing your recording. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and the team at Buzzsprout is passionate about helping you succeed. Join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Following the link in the show notes lets Buzzsprout know we sent you, get you a $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up for a paid plan, and help support our show.
Go Squadron!
All in a day's work for the Squadron Supreme, Earth's mightiest heroes.
We got it locked from your block to the comic shop.
Listen, share, rate, and subscribe to Hip Hop Marvel's podcast, available on all podcast platforms and apps and streaming services. Available on Pandora, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Google Play, and more.
Yo, this your boy Frank Nitt. And there's rules if you want to get in this Marvel Studios. Don't nobody get in this motherfucker. So rule number 1, don't pop your ass up. Don't bring no extra niggas. And you better be ready to write, direct, produce some hot shit, or you will not get in. Marvel Studios, nigga, you know what it is. Frank Nitt, let's go.
We got it locked from your block to the comic shop.
I mean, if you know the story of Blue Marvel, Adam Brashear, he was the first, pretty much like the first Marvel hero, nigga. Like he was like a Superman figure back in, you know what I'm saying, back when Kennedy was in office and shit.
I think Denzel has the better kind of like stature.
Me too.
You know, just I can just see him really playing. I can really see him portraying that role in like such a manner that would be like crazy dope, and you couldn't do nothing but respect it.
Bro, you know what that role, that character would do on the big screen. Like that's like saying a black Superman, bro. Like
basically.
Blue Marvel, that's a powerful motherfucker. That motherfucker beat Sentry up, nigga. And you know Sentry is a powerful Rick, you know. A motherfucker fought Hyperion, nigga.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like that's who I pattern myself after, like as in the squad, because you know I call us many different crews in Marvel. One of them being the Squadron Supreme. So if we're the Squadron Supreme, I would like to think that I would be the Hyperion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If we're the Ultimates, I would like to think I would be Blue Marvel. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the new Ultimates though. The new Ultimates. Right. The new Ultimates, which have Blue Marvel, Spectrum, Black Panther, I want to say Miles Morales. Miles Morales, and I think regular Captain Marvel, if I'm not mistaken. But that's like a fucking dope ass squad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a fucking powerful ass fucking squad. I could be missing somebody, you know what I'm saying? But I would love to see that on the big screen. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Ultimates. And yeah, that would be crazy. I forgot somebody. And America Chavez. I'm sorry. America Chavez.
Oh, yeah. You're right about that. I did read about that.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Dig this and dig it deep.
You now on that wavelength, time to sign in. Dub Floyd and Hip Hop Marvels will chime in on topics of comics, brought to expand the Hip Hop Connect with the gauntlet in hand. They got it locked in, they floss in the brand. The block to the comic shop, they cross and examine. Representation's feminine moved on the shelf, and the system is happy with the movement it's dealt. We don't wait for the sick to improve on the health, so we pull a Thanos, fine, I'll do it myself. And it'll come out extra clean, fresh for the fans like an extended scene. The hip-hop and comic dimension. They activate you with gems they presenting. Hand in the gauntlet, yes, we gon' flaunt it. Hip-hop marvels will bring you the rawness.
It's your boy Dub Floyd in the place to be, and in the place to be is Dub Floyd. This is the Hip Hop Marvels Podcast, Volume 4, Episode 29. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. I'm here with the Squadron Supreme, the Ultimate Ultimates, the Fantastic Funky 4+1.
This is Rick 0378, aka the Collector.
It's Terry, Double T. We here.
Terry, you do got one of them Marvel names. I forgot. It's a name for them, like the last name and the first name start with the same letter. Like Peter Parker and Reed Richards. You got your name is Terry Tolliver. If that don't sound like a Marvel character, I don't know what does, yo. Like, shit.
Hi, just Brandess.
I'm just Brandess. Remember, you can listen, share, rate, subscribe everywhere you get your podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. We're on Audible, Amazon Music, pretty much everywhere. So listen, share, rate, subscribe, and follow us on our social media, Instagram and Twitter at Hip Hop Marvels, and Facebook Hip Hop Marvels, all one word. So yeah,
holla at us. We holla back.
We definitely holler back. I guess before we get into everything, let me ask, because this is like our first official show back. I know we had the last show, you know what I'm saying, episode 28. We did the year-end recap with Villains and Vinyls podcast. Shout out to those guys. You know, Tequila T, CJ, and Quinn, and the rest of the, Villains and Vinyls podcast family. You know, we had them on last time, so we really didn't get to kick it as a squad. So here we are. One time for Cash also, you know what I'm saying? Cash couldn't be here, so we holding it down for her. I guess I want to ask you guys, like, how was your New Year's? You know what I'm saying? I guess Terry, I'll start with you. How was your New Year's, and like, what you do? What are some of your plans for 2022?
Man, my New Year's was great. Honestly, what I was working on New Year's, trying to make some extra money. You know how that goes.
Yep.
But plans for 2022, just trying to be productive. I don't have anything particular planned, but trying to better myself throughout the year. That's the goal each and every year.
Facts. Definitely. Rick, what about you, man? Like, what you get into this past New Year's? Well, I said past New Year's. This New Year's. What was your plans? What you do? What you get into?
Well, I brought the New Year's in like I've done like the last 2-3 years. I brought it in with a prayer, and I had a toast for myself, and then I put one up in the air.
Hey, gotta put one up in the air.
Yeah, my plans really for 2022 is, I've been on the same thing I've been trying to build for like the last couple of years. This year, I want to get out a little bit. I haven't really been out anywhere like the last. I've been out the States like that, but it was still so cautious. It didn't seem like I was out. It just seemed like the weather changed where I was at, but it was like still the same precautions, social distancing and limiting myself around people. So it just didn't feel the same. So I definitely want to get out. I want to hit some cons this year with you guys, and make our presence felt and known and seen.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. That's definitely in the cards for this year, for 2022. Brandess, how about you?
Nothing. I almost missed it because I fell asleep early. But I missed I almost missed the ball drop. But other than that, it was good. I spent time with my family. What the new year brings, a lot of progress. I got a lot of goals, trying to buy a home soon. So that's my thing, just saving and striving for better.
That's what's up. As for me, my wife's sister, she threw one of her annual New Year's get-togethers, and we were there. Brought in the New Year, drinking mad Long Island iced tea shots. Yeah, I was heavy off the LIT shots. And they were cool because they were in like a little syringe and shit. So I was just shooting them shits up all night.
Wow.
I got super duper fucked up. Hell, I was off the next day and had time to recuperate. But brought the New Year in with my wife and some family and friends. Not a lot because this Omarion or whatever they call this shit. this damn I've heard it called. I heard it being called Omarion. I heard it be called Abercrombie and Fitch. Like it's so many
Delta, Omega, Alpha.
I mean, they got so many
different other variants.
Yeah, it's just they're out there puffing on Corona right now because it's like so many.
Did you see the new one now? It's the flu mixed with Corona, so they're calling it Flu-Rona.
Yeah, they got the Flu-Rona now. They got the Flu-Rona. Nigga, it's just crazy. Now they teaming up. Like they, at first they was just opposing gangs. Now they joining together and unifying, with sharing one flag. They tying their flag in a knot. And now they calling themselves Flu-Rona. Like, so you gotta watch out for that. So yeah, I'm just, it was nothing too crazy as far as like plans for this year. A lot of goals in mind. Definitely one of the things is to better myself, my health, my wealth, bars. But no, better all those things. And I'm trying to take this podcast to the next level with the help of my squad, so other than that, this year will be like my first year anniversary of marriage, so looking forward to that. This is a whole bunch of things that positive things that I'm looking forward to for this year. So it seems like we're losing people already, so I just want to take this time to send a big rest in peace to Sidney Poitier.
Rest in peace, Sidney Poitier, the man who has one of my top 10 slaps of all time from In the Heat of the Night back in the day.
Oh man, In the Heat of the Night. Yeah, this guy, when you talk about pioneers for black actors, man, this guy is the epitome. You know what I'm saying?
Call me Mr. Tibbs.
Look, Rick really showed his age out this motherfucker.
No, he didn't, because I was sitting there right with my mom and my grandmother watching
it.
Exactly. I had to throw that in there to try to prove I was young, to try to at least prove that I was young. I had to try to do something to get him off.
But my mom and my like Brandess, my mom and my grandmother, they were already huge Sidney Poitier fans. Besides probably him and Harry Belafonte, that's all that my grandmother had to look at as far as black men in film and television at the time. And she was always, so I remember, Why the Caged Bird Sings and other films like that. And even modern films with Sidney Poitier I got into, like Little Nikita and Shoot to Kill and Sneakers, which he did with Redford and Dan Aykroyd and River Phoenix, rest in peace, also who had also passed away. Actually, I think shortly after that film was made, River Phoenix had passed away. And of course, we cannot forget Uptown Saturday Night.
I was waiting for you to say it. I was waiting
for you. And a piece of the action with Bill Cosby.
Yep, I was waiting for you to say it.
Hey man, I got my dad all three of those on DVD for his birthday one year. Matter of fact, the first year of the pandemic, I got him. His birthday was in October, and I got him all three of those joints for him on his birthday. Never seen him on DVD before. My dad we had the old school VHS tapes, but not on DVD. So I got him that for his birthday. So
I know he was thrilled.
Poitier.
I know he was thrilled. Yeah, rest in peace, Sidney Poitier. Like I said, pioneer actor, black actor, and Yeah, changed the game, man. Changed the game.
Ripe 94. I'm only hoping, I'm blessed. I'd be happy with a blessing for that to get that age. 94 and still functioning and still got my mind about me right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
I'd love for that.
Hell yeah, man. Betty White was at 99. Like, I mean, if that ain't
rest in peace, Betty White.
Yeah, that's you know, if that ain't a accomplishment, I don't know what is, man.
I cannot think of another show with 4 white women that black people watch.
Man, let me tell you.
Yeah, that was my show.
I watched that. It's crazy. I watched that to this day. Like, it's crazy because, and my wife is the biggest. She's one of the biggest Golden Girls fans. So, like, and that's if you think about it, that's what a lot of these, a lot of our black shows like kind of pattern after that, like, too. Like black shows with women, all homegirls and shit. Like, you got Tyler Perry's sisters. You got girlfriends and stuff like that. Like, it's kind of pattern after that. But yeah, that they were definitely in the black community. They were definitely invited to the cookout. You know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely
I'm still living it up for Betty White's 100th birthday. That's my grandmother from another race. So that's my thing. I love Betty.
Show like
I love Betty and the grandmother and the mother on there. What was her name?
Is it Sophia?
Sophia. You talking about Estelle Getty? Estelle Getty. Yeah, it's her real name. Yeah, Estelle Getty.
And you know what? I didn't know at the time that the other 3 ladies passed away 3 consecutive years, back to back.
Yeah.
I saw that like after Betty White died.
Yeah, I didn't know that before. Like they passed away from 08 to 10, and then Betty White, here it just passed in 2021.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely. But so rest in peace, Betty White. She was one of those celebrities that I was like, okay, she can't do no wrong. Like, she's gonna be here for a long time. But
right.
I mean, didn't like.
And you know what? I just thought about this. They said actually, with her being in her age and the year she was born, they include all those leap years. They say technically she's really 107.
Wow.
Well, when you include all those leap years, she technically would have been 107 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's when you I think I was reading something where they asked her what's her key to to a long life, or what's her secret or whatever. And she was saying just eating greasy foods and shit. And I'm like, what? I need to do that.
I know. I was like, dang, have me read
I should
question what I believe was the right thing to be doing.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, hand me another cheeseburger. Give me about 3 of them and shit. I want to live a long time.
I think what she probably meant by that was that she just lived. She wasn't particular about her diet and just cautiously doing this and cautiously doing that. She just lived. I think that's maybe what she meant by that. It was a humorous kind of way, but I think what she really meant by that.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I think she meant too. Like, she just, didn't pay attention to what people thought, what people were saying. Like, she just did whatever the hell she wanted to do. Shit, I'm a grown ass woman, nigga. Shit, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and that's my success. I will hope to have to tell a young kid asked me. I'm about 80, 90 years old. You know what I'm saying? And they asked me, well, hey, what was your what was your key to success and your key to life and how you live so long? Man, I did whatever the fuck I want. that's my answer. So,
smoke weed every day.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, big rest in peace to Betty White. Big rest in peace to Sidney Poitier. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, to get off the sad and somber tip, I know Brandess brought this up. She wants to, shed light on this Doctor Strange trailer, which I think is dope because we hadn't, since we came back into the fold, And listeners, we appreciate you rocking with us. Like, you know, I know y'all been waiting for a while for some content, but we coming with it. When I tell you we coming with it this year for 2022, we gonna come with it. You know what I mean? I got it on record. If my squad don't agree, I'm gonna just play this. So yeah, we're gonna get into this Doctor Strange trailer. So I know all of you guys saw it. One of the takeaways I got from the trailer, not even necessarily takeaways, but like a few things that stood out to me was number one, America Chavez. Of course, we seen her in the trailer. You seen the ponytail Strange. You know what I'm saying? You seen him in the trailer. And I don't know, it's just shaping out to be like it's shaping out to be more of a Sinister type of Doctor Strange this go round. Like this, I think this the main villain, I think it will be him. You know what I'm saying? Him against him.
And that puts that what if episode, you know, in the mix. Like, is if you haven't seen that, then like when you watch that trailer, you're kind of like, who's that? When you watch the what if, it's kind of like, oh,
right, yeah,
as hell.
Right. It definitely helps you out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, all right, I know what I'm dealing with now. Because I seen the what if.
You really think that it's gonna be him, or do you think that it's more deeper than that?
I'm sure it's gonna be deep. I'm sure because I'm like what they put in the trailer. I'm sure it's not necessarily gonna be like.
Did anybody notice how when he said when Scarlet thought he was coming because of Westview, he's like, I'm not here because of Westview. And then she said, what is it? What are you here for then? He was like, what do you know about the multiverse? The way she looked at him after that. That that confirms to me that it's her. It's her. She's either an antagonist or she's the villain.
Oh, you think she is the villain?
But
I think more so an antagonist. But I think because they can't use Shimagora, so they can't use the name Shimagora. So they would have to use. I think that they're going to try to merge. They're going to call who Shimagora is supposed to be in the movie Gargantua, because legally they can't use Shimagora's name. Yeah,
I've heard that. I've
so I think they're gonna, and I think that the Shimagora or / Gargantua character is going to either she's going to make a deal with him to try to get her kids, and this is where the Multiverse of Madness is coming into play, or they're both trying to get America Chavez and.
Yeah, because I think she's gonna play a major part because because of her power.
Yeah, and I think like the madness. I think like different crazy things are gonna happen within it, and that's what causes the Multiverse of Madness. And then I know that they did just. I can think they kind of confirmed that it was the same Supreme. From What If, that we saw in the trailer. I think that's supposed to be him. However, I don't know how that ties in. I think like the trailer is a usual Marvel MCU misdirect, and I think that we don't really know what it's going to be because I heard they did a whole bunch of reshoots. So I am curious.
Right. No,
to see what this is about.
Right. No, I heard about the whole Shimagora debacle about them not being able to use the name and they changing the name and everything. I know a lot of people were upset or whatever. To me, it really doesn't matter to me. Because I know who the fuck it is. like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't matter to me. Like, you can tell me that shit. You can tell me his name is Bruce Lee, nigga. I know who the fuck that is.
Right.
So I know who that is, but I do kind of agree, Brandess, that like when Scarlet Witch comes into play, like, because we know that her whole thing is to find her children, so she'll do whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the exact, how they're gonna, play off of the plot to how they're gonna end up facing each other, but I could see that happening. But
like
ultimately,
her behind everything.
Yeah, but ultimately, I think one of the villains will be Doctor Strange, but I think it's going to be on account to her, though. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
It's going to be.
She's setting everything in motion.
Right. It's going to be something that she's. It's going to be something that she's setting up, and not necessarily like, you get what I'm saying. Like, she's going to make him fight himself and shit, like, or more evil version of himself. Because you got to realize she's dealing with a lot of dark, evil type shit. Doesn't she have like that? Doesn't she have?
She has a dark hole. She has a dark hole. That's why it has to be Shima Gore who she's dealing with, but they technically can't use Shima Gore. Right.
So,
yeah.
She has the dark hole, so anything dealing with that is going to necessarily be a darker version. Like, if she has the power to manipulate, and she knows about the multiverse now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she has the power to go to another multiverse, grab a Doctor Strange, and
I mean, honestly, it sounds like she knows more about them. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like she knows more about the multiverse than Doctor Strange. If Doctor Strange is coming to her,
exactly,
she knows more about it than he does, or has a better concept or understanding about it.
Right, and that's going to be at her advantage. You know what I'm saying? For that, to be able to try to manipulate him. You know,
and he's the only person strong enough to oppose her in the sense of, so she grabs him from another,
universe,
and brings him in to kind of keep himself occupied.
Right. While she goes and tries to look for her kids and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, but then you still got Dr. Mordro who's gonna be running around as well. With there, and I want to see where I from what I'm hearing that Ghost Rider and Brother Voodoo are gonna make an appearance in the Multiverse of Madness. I don't know how that's gonna fit, especially with now.
And I also heard that they were gonna Ghost Rider was gonna mention Mephisto, so he will be mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely felt Mephisto as far as Agatha Harkness was on WandaVision. I knew Mephisto was close by, even though Agatha Harkness' character was introduced with the Fantastic Four, which I think is also going to bring in the Fantastic Four.
It could.
Now, do you think that it's going to? Now, do you think she's going to say, instead of no more mutants, is she going to say, bring more mutants? And this is going to bring in the NC. This is going to bring in the X-Men.
Wow.
I never looked at it like that.
Neither did I. Because I just in my head, I wasn't feeling. I heard about the X-Men being introduced that way, and I wasn't thinking about it like in the terms that Brandess.
When I heard that, I was like, okay, so they're going to reverse it instead of, because they kept saying it's going to be House of M. So if it's going to be House of M, she has to say no more mutants. Well, no, if they're going to bring in the mutants, then she's needing to reverse it, saying more mutants instead of no more mutants.
Yeah, more mutants. Because she may discover who she like really is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's technically a mutant. You know what I'm saying? She may discover who she really is. Who she is, and her brother, was or is or whatever. And like you said,
that's gonna bring in Magneto.
And no, it's also supposed to bring in Professor X too. And they were trying to bring Wolverine, and that is still up in the air if he's supposed to be in it.
But I did hear the Brother Voodoo rumors, which would be actually be dope. I think. I mean, we seen in the first Doctor Strange, we seen his brother. Like, why not? You know what I'm saying? His brother. his brother showed up in the first one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So why not? You know what I mean?
And you know they signed Norman Reedus to play the Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, we all know his origin story. So are we talking about we talking about Johnny? We talking about Johnny Blaze, or are we talking about Robbie Reyes? Like, which Ghost Rider are we talking about? Because the latest adaptation they've done was Robbie Reyes on like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and shit like that. But I don't know.
Okay, so this is what the rumor mill is saying. The rumor mill is saying that, because I'm on multiple boards about this, and this is what rumor people, and this is what people like Scoopers are saying. Scoopers are saying that the Ghost Rider they bring back in Multiverse of Madness is going to be Nicolas Cage.
Bruh,
yeah.
If they do that, nigga, yo, these niggas is wildin' if they do that.
Yeah,
yo,
that's what
I'm saying wildin'.
Like it's really sounding like shock and awe, and they're saying like a lot of people. They're saying like with the reshoot, it was supposed to be to change some stuff around so it kind of flows in, because America Chavez was taken out of. If anybody didn't know this, America Chavez was deleted out of No Way Home. They were going to bring her, they were going to introduce her in No Way Home, but it didn't make sense, so they took her out.
Oh wow!
I didn't know. So some of the reshoots was for that too, for Multiverse of Madness, to try to tie her storyline in a little better, because they deleted that whole scene. Then there was I also think that there's rumors to be, and this is a rumor that I don't trust yet, but Kane. Because in the trailer, if you look, it's a real still shot where you see Wanda's hands and you see the red on her hands, but if you look in the background, it's a TVA portal. Like somebody just came through the TVA portal.
Oh shit.
So if anything, I'm thinking that's maybe a post-credit scene, probably.
Okay, I'm about to go back and slow it down again and
yeah, I'm definitely got
again.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna watch that again.
I gotta check that out. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Damn, that's a lot of shit.
From your block to the comic shop.
Okay, out there in Marvel-land, face front, this is Stan Lee speaking. You've probably never heard this before, so anything is liable to happen.
This your boy Frank Nitt, and I'm telling all y'all to subscribe to the Hip Hop Marvels podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Stitcher, and more. Hip Hop Marvels, we got it locked from the block to the comic shop. You know what it is. Let's go.
But yeah, I think that would be type dope though if they bring Nicolas Cage back, because it's just showing that everything. It's like they're trying to patch up all the fucking loose ends and shit. Like they trying to, tighten up all the loose ends, because it's like, hell, all these different movies that came out before, like, they're relevant and they're canon now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not throwing them by the wayside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, in another universe, there is a Ben Affleck Daredevil. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
There's a Dolph Lundgren Punisher,
his shit. Right. Damn, this motherfucker said a Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren and Punisher. There's the actual Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno Hulk somewhere.
Yo,
because when we were like back way before, like a year prior, when they announced, when the rumors started coming out about No Way Home, and they was like, oh, Doc Ock and Goblin's going to be on there. I was like, okay, so who's going to play them? And they were like, no, Doc Ock and Green Goblin's going to be the people that play them. I was like, how are they going to do that? They're old. And then when I'm looking at the movies, I was like, oh, they really de-aged the hell out of them. They really de-aged the hell out of it. Like, thank God for CGI, because I didn't know how they was going to do that, but they did it. They did it gloriously.
I was hoping it was going to be the whole six, though. I expected Michael Keaton to come out as the Vulture. I mean, we had the Sinister Five, really. I mean, even though like the last Spider-Man indicated like the Vulture and the Scorpion at that. The Scorpion was in the joint with him. Mm-hmm. You already had Electro, who was Bokeem Woodbine, but I guess they ain't gonna have two brothers with electrical powers on there at the same time.
You mean Shocker?
Shocker, yeah. I'm sorry, Shocker.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was definitely glad they brought back William Dafoe, though. He was excellent. He's probably like a better
villain person in the movie.
He deserves an Oscar.
Yeah, definitely. We talked about this in the No Way Home blurred chat. Yeah. But yo, check this out. Side note. Why do all of the niggas gotta have electrical powers and shit? Like, nigga. Yo, like, nigga, what? Like, I'm just sitting here thinking about it. And I'm like, from Static Shock to Black Lightning to fucking Electro now to fucking Shocker.
Yeah.
Like, think like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Damn.
Yeah.
Shit, if all the
that's interesting. Storm has electrical powers.
Yeah, Storm. Like, nigga, for us to all have electrical powers like that, nigga, we shouldn't have never had no problem with the light bill, my nigga.
Well, no.
The fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
I mean, I'm looking at the fact that usually when it's a black superhero, they got to throw black in front of the name. Black Lightning, Black Goliath, Black Panther.
That's another. That's another conversation, though. It was just an observation when
Black Vulcan.
Right. When you mentioned Electro and Shocker, I'm like, wait a minute. And then we got Static Shock and Black Lightning and like that. Like, man, motherfuckers with lightning and you know what I'm saying, with electric powers and shit. Like,
here's another side note. I'm hearing that the Wrecking Crew is going to be introduced. They're going to be the villain in the She-Hulk series. The Wrecking Crew.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Those are four dudes that, you know what I'm saying, it's supposed to be super strong. Like, I remember, like, the Wrecker's crowbar has supposed to have, like, the power of Mjolnir. And he always had to, in order for him to use that power, he always had to have the crowbar in his hand. So he split the power with the other three members. So he went from 100, he went from being able to lift 100 tons to 25 tons because he split the power from the crowbar.
Yeah, I remember that.
Just a little side note on that, just as far as like random Marvel villains that's gonna pop up in future MCU movies or Disney Plus series.
Yep. So next I want to get into Moon Knight. I know Terry, he wanted to talk a little bit about Moon Knight. So Terry, you said you had a couple of thoughts on Moon Knight? Like,
I was having like a debate because, like, a lot of people don't know who Moon Knight is. Like, they were questioning because I mentioned him almost being like Marvel's answer to Batman, and someone was like, "Nah."
I mean, think about it: Dark Knight, Moon Knight.
That's what I said. And if you look at like,
you know what I'm saying? Batman's costume is black, Moon Knight's is white. Like they scale buildings, they have capes. Like, it's so many similarities. Like, but yeah, you're right. But a lot of people don't know about him. Me, as a child, like when I used to go cop my comic books, I would get him on the strength that I thought his costume was extra dope. And it was more so one of those things. So then I started, finding out about him and reading about this guy named Mark Spector who's dealing with so many like personalities in his fucking head and shit. And it was more of a realer story to me. You know what I'm saying? It was more of a human story to me. And the fact that they got it in the MCU now, well, in the Marvel Studios Disney Plus shows.
And that's the shocking thing. I said I hope they don't try to dumb this down just because it's Disney.
It's Disney Plus, yeah. That's my only thing. I'm trying to wait and see, because like shows like that, shows like Punisher, Daredevil, like we've seen how they can get down on Netflix. Yeah. Netflix is Netflix though. You know what I'm saying? Netflix though. So you have the freedom to do a lot of different things.
I'm like Brandess though. I'm concerned about it coming out on Disney because I don't want it being on Disney Plus to take away from the character or the story or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting to, because I'm like, okay, when they were on Netflix. I mean, however you slice it, you can do what you want, but Disney Plus is still Disney. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know necessarily how they're going to do that.
Because that was a big concern with Deadpool too. Like when Disney, bought that out, people were concerned for Deadpool.
I mean, I keep hearing that it's going to be rated R, but something tells me that it's not going to be that. It's not going to do that.
I think it'll still be rated R. I think it will be. I think because it's a movie, it might not come to Disney Plus. I think it'll be rated R, but I don't think that it'll. That's what like Moon Knight. It's a Disney Plus show, so they might PG it. Versus like Deadpool, I think that they would let it be R, and I don't think they'd bring it to Disney Plus. I think you'd be able to watch it on like Vudu and other stuff like that, but I don't think that they would bring it to Disney Plus for that reason. Right.
I mean, my thing mainly is like as being true to form as possible. Me and you, Terry, were talking about the other day on Facebook. Like, I thought the best Wolverine was the last Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
The way Hugh Jackman was allowed to play Wolverine in those X-Men movies took way away from the character. Wolverine was always someone that was out of control, had to be held back 85% of the time between other teammates or Professor X getting in his head, and he just seems so soft compared to like the last Wolverine movie. He was actually trying to put his claws in people's faces and stuff like that, which is something that Wolverine always tried to do. He was never just trying to just.
When he drank that serum on that mountain and just went crazy.
Yeah. When he had berserker rages, which is like you never saw in any of the X-Men movies. He always had occasional berserker rages where he had to be calmed down, or sometimes he couldn't be calmed down until after he either killed somebody or something. He won. You know what I'm saying? So I between Disney Plus, I mean, I'm always worried about oversaturation of Marvel, as well as like being to use the term that Brandess used, dumbed down any of the characters.
Right, yeah, definitely don't want to dumb down any of the characters, because it's going to take away a lot. Because Moon Knight is Moon Knight is one of those characters that you know what I'm saying, it's not sugarcoated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he that's a rough character. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I definitely want to see him be done justice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot more than I do about Moon Knight. Like, what do you think the show is gonna give us?
I know as far as acting wise, Oscar Isaac, he's a dope actor.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna portray that role. He's definitely gonna do it justice. I'm wondering if they're gonna like adapt it after trying to see, because there was a Moon Knight run not too long ago in the comics that was like really popular. But
I was trying to think the same thing. I mean, Moon Knight had a few runs. Yeah, Moon Knight's had a few runs through the years, and I was really trying to remember certain storylines that, what storyline stuck out and could be used possibly. I'm pretty sure the first season or whatever, if it's going to be a true Disney series, it's going to be probably like just his origin story.
Right.
As far as Mark Spector, is it Mark or Robert Spector? Robert?
Mark.
It is Mark Spector. Okay. The instance like how he found like certain the tools in the pyramid. Remember T?
Yeah.
When he found the oh god, I can't remember like the Ankhs and all that, the moon daggers and things like that.
Yeah, the moon god kind of gave him like
the original Moon Knight powers were derived from the moon. So the fuller the moon, the more powerful he was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're gonna go that way. Cause like remember how he eventually became like he's had about 2 or 3 runs, or 2 or 3, 4 different stories. Like there was a time where he was powered by the moon. There were other times he just had like regular strength. Kind of like he said, kind of like Batman. Somebody just worked out really well and had all these different fighting forms and things like that. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. He's one of those characters I consider like, if you ever heard of the character Jack of Hearts T or Terry, right. If you ever heard of that character, he's one of those characters from the side that I thought were like really underused, and they were good for like a limited series here and there, or a Marvel team up, or a Marvel 2-in-1 here and there, but they weren't never strong enough to where they could be on a regular basis. Like I said, Moon Knight's had a few runs, and it was always canceled because of low sales. Honestly.
Right. I wonder if the show is going to focus on Jeff Lemire's version. That's the guy I was trying to think of, Jeff Lemire, or Lemire. I might be saying his name wrong. Jeff Lemire, might be Lemire. He had a run that came out some years ago. I want to say it came out in 2016. But he had a run that came out, and it was like pretty much like he didn't know if he had been the one fighting crime, because he like woke up in like an insane asylum, and what I'm saying. But he ain't have no. I can't remember the name of the storyline, but I know exactly what you're talking about. But he had no powers. He had no powers, so he didn't know if you know what I'm saying, because he has multiple personalities, but he didn't know like if it was him that was doing the fighting the crime, or you know what I'm saying. So I wonder if it's loosely based off it, because I mean, let's face it, like a lot of these Marvel, these MCU movies and TV shows are loosely based off of certain comic book runs. Like hell, we got Civil War, we got Age of Ultron. These are like series runs. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's for the movies. We got the last Hawkeye. The Hawkeye series was based off of, and it's crazy. I just saw it in the comic shop today, and I thought about snatching it up, but I was like, I'm gonna come back and get it. But I saw
that's also what Terry and I were talking about the other day when we were talking about the X-Men. Like the X-Men has plenty of storylines that they can use. God Loves, Man Kills, the Brood Saga, the Phoenix Saga, the Hellfire Club Saga. They've got like so many, the Mutant Massacre, the Fall of the Mutants, House of M. But I think I think it was Terry was saying that the House of M is probably going to be used a little bit on the Multiverse of Madness. No, I'm sorry, that was Brandess. Excuse me. That was going to be saying like instead of no more mutants, more mutants.
Right. But yeah, it's just like a lot of the MCU movies and shows are loosely based off of the comics. Like I was saying, like I was trying to think, but it was Matt Fraction, Hawkeye. Like a lot of that was loosely, a lot of the show was loosely based off of that run. So I'm thinking this Moon Knight is going to be, loosely based off of, that run.
And yeah, man, I'm definitely looking for. I'm here for all the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for all the Marvel shits. It's like,
what do you think about Morbius? I was never a fan in the comics anyway, but what do you think about Morbius?
Not interested. Don't want to see it. Not interested. Don't want to see it.
She said, not interested. Not interested. Like
Carrie?
What's the name?
I mean,
what was that in Living Color? Where they was like, hated it.
Exactly.
It looks all right, but I mean, it's not something I'm like, yo, I gotta go see this. I mean, it just, I don't know, like, just looks kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Looks like they made it because they had to, but they didn't really want to.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. Is this going to introduce Blade, which I thought it might do. I'm not sure, but
that's what I meant by like had to, but not wanted to. Like, because they're trying to bring Blade in,
but I don't think it's going to introduce Blade, and the reason why, because the Morbius, we forgetting that's a Sony property. That's not Marvel Studios. And
exactly.
Kevin Feige explained that Blade is going to be on Marvel Studios. Right? So,
isn't Spider-Man the same thing? Isn't Spider-Man in the MCU, but it's still a Sony property? And they're working together.
Yes, but Feige is Feige. Feige is Feige. Feige. Okay, put it this way. The whole thing with Spider-Man is basically when Sony met with Feige to see if they could help him make the movie, help Sony make the movie, he said the only way I'm doing it is if Marvel makes the movie. Only way I'm helping is Marvel's make the movie. And that's where that whole war came about. Now that they fixed it, Marvel does heavily. They pretty much make the movie, and they're going to pick and choose who they want to bring in. And I don't think Mobius is one of them.
Yeah, Morbius. I don't think Morbius.
If so, that's why I said that. That's why I said this multiverse is going to bring in who they want to bring in, and me all the way around from Sony to the every character they brought in from Fox, they brought back from Fox and everything like that. They're going to use the multiverse to do that. And if that was the case, Morbius would have been either put in a post-credit scene of No Way Home, just like Venom did. Because if you see where Venom, when he was in the bar, and I guess they were talking about what he was trying to catch up on what's going on and try to figure out what's going on. Then he went back into his universe.
Back to the Sony universe. Yeah.
Yes, except for a piece of Venom.
Yeah, which is going to be a different Venom.
Exactly. So that keeps Venom in the MCU. It takes them back to Sony, and then they could bring them back when they want to, basically, with that Venom.
You know what I think? Ultimately, I ultimately think that with this last movie, No Way Home, Sony and Marvel Studios reached a deal to where, remember, it was a tug of war. Like, oh no, we're going to use Spider-Man. No, we want to use Spider-Man. And then they came to an agreement to use him. This is a way, that last movie was a way, the No Way Home was a way for them to split Spider-Man. And for Sony to have their own.
Miles Morales.
And it be relevant. And for Marvel Studios to have their own. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing as far as the villains. Now, Morbius, yes, he's a Spider-Man villain, but he's a Sony Spider-Man villain. He's not going to come over into the MCU unless they allow it. That last No Way Out movie was a way for them to like put the seal on the shit. Like, all right, y'all go back over there, and we're going to put the top on that shit, so y'all can't come over here until we say so. You get what I'm saying?
When you say
a way to clean shit up.
But you mean like keep the same, you know, what's his name, Tom Holland for the Sony and for the Marvel, or are you thinking like
eventually it's going to turn into Miles? Eventually it's going to turn. Eventually, Tom is going to go away, and Miles Morales is going to take the forefront, and then that's when MCU is going to take this.
No, but I get what you're saying, T, and I get what you're saying, Brandess. But let me hit on what Terry's talking about. I'm thinking. So you're talking about like, is he going to be able to bounce back and forth? I'm thinking,
or are they going to have two different ones?
I'm thinking they're going to have two different ones. Q and Andrew Garfield. You know what I'm saying? Because this is why you get what I'm saying. So this is it's perfect. They
I don't like that. I don't like that. That's no, I don't.
I don't like that either, and I don't think that's how it's gonna go. I think that
you know why I like it. I'm gonna tell you why I like it, because Tom Holland is clearly the best Spider-Man. I would rather Marvel Studios have him than Sony have him. Let Sony keep Andrew Garfield. That's fine. You can keep them over there. And for people that love those movies, you're more than welcome to watch Morbius and any other characters they bring over there. Them solo movies they do over in Sony. That's fine. I'm invested in Marvel Studios. So that's why it makes perfect sense for me. You know what I'm saying? If you want to keep Tom Holland in Marvel Studios, like his new adventures that he's getting ready to go on, if those are strictly Marvel Studios movies, I'm happy with it. You know what I'm saying? And meanwhile, Sony can make their money, and Marvel can make their money, and this is a way for Marvel to have Spider-Man on their roster, and for Sony to still, you know, make their own movies. That's what I think the point of.
Is that really going to work with the audience, though?
I was thinking the same thing. I don't see people supporting two different versions. Okay, I'm gonna go see.
But if you know it's two different multiverses, and they come from the same shit, that's why this movie was important.
Let me ask you this:
was important.
Venom. Which Spider-Man did Venom know?
What you saying? Which Spider-Man did Venom know?
Like, remember how everybody who knew Spider-Man, who knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man, came to Tom Holland's, you know, universe.
Right.
Venom came, but then he went back to where he was from. So, with what you're saying as far as, you know, Andrew Garfield, do you think Venom's in Andrew Garfield's universe?
Yeah.
Like, that's a way for them to mash up. Like,
yeah. That's a way for.
Because obviously, you know, they left Venom in Tom Holland, so that I think that's going to be Flash, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, me too. Me personally, yeah, me personally. But that's dope for the MCU.
Right, and that's the MCU, like you were saying. But like, you know what I'm saying? For Sony's, like, you know, they're trying to bring, you know, Venom his own little Venom world or whatever. Do you think it's going to be an Andrew Garfield, like, co-star, I guess, in a sense? Or do you think they're going to try to...
It could be, but I think they tried to tie it in already, because if the Venom post-credit scene when he came over, when I guess we didn't know what it was like a flash of light, and he came into the MCU. Right before that flash of light happened, Venom said, it's like over a billion years of knowledge, or a billion in knowledge of different multiverses and realities.
That's so what basically,
so basically that ties in the whole thing of knowing right before, and then right after he says that, it was a flash. So basically, it was him saying that's how he knows them, because Venom basically, they have the knowledge and the awareness of all different years and realities and dimensions and multiverses. So basically, he may not have known that particular Spider-Man, but he knew of a Spider-Man. So
there's also a gap too.
It could be any of them. It could be any of them.
Possibility that he knows Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I was going to say there's a gap from Andrew Garfield when he was the Amazing Spider-Man till then. He was like in his early 20s, and now he's in his
exactly. We don't
mid-30s.
know what happened.
It could be Venom. What's old buddy's name? The original Spider-Man. I can't think of his name.
Toby.
Like it could have been, you know, Venom could have been in that one, and then he could have dipped after that, and that's when he met. So like, there's so many.
It's a lot of possibilities. That's why I said that movie set up a lot of possibilities. But one possibility that we know is for certain is that they're setting up for Tom Holland Spider-Man to be MCU based. It makes sense. The nigga made his first appearance in Civil War, MCU movie. Nigga, like,
yeah.
But wait. But mind you, they had to reshoot that because they didn't have Spider-Man at first for Civil War movie, and then once they solved the issue with Sony, then they went back and reshot the whole airport thing. Because remember, he didn't come into the airport fight scene.
No, I know that, but I'm saying my point is like my point is that he's established as an MCU Spider-Man. Regardless if he yes, it was due to the Sony and Marvel Studios agreement. But now that I'm just saying up until this point, right? Mm-hmm. It was due to the Marvel Studios and Sony agreement that Tom Holland even came on board. So in Civil War, it was Marvel Studios, Sony. You know what I'm saying? And what was the first joint? The first movie he had, the first solo movie, Homecoming. In Homecoming, it was Sony, Marvel Studios. And Far From Home, it was Sony, Marvel Studios. And this last one, No Way Home, Sony, Marvel Studios, right? After this, that's why this movie went this way. It's to separate the shit now. It's like we're still in the same boat. We established that there's two different universes, but we could capitalize because we could keep this universe going over here, Marvel Studios, and Sony could keep this universe going over here. You know what I'm saying? And we both can make money because they're gonna go run to Sony to see Andrew Garfield fight who the fuck ever or whatever. And they're gonna run to Marvel Studios to see Tom Holland fight whoever the fuck. And that's why I said it's almost like a 616 Ultimates type universe. You know what I'm saying? With MCU being, Marvel Studios being 616 and Sony being like the Ultimate Universe. You get what I'm saying? So I know you say you don't see how the fans would flock to that. But I totally agree. Nigga, like you can have multiple Spider-Man movies that make fucking sense because they're two different universes. See, that's the thing with all of these Marvel movies to begin with. All of these movies from these characters, like before Marvel Studios bought Fox and before they teamed up with Sony, these shits was all over the fucking place. And what they're doing is they putting shit in order and making it to the point to where we know where to go now. You get what I'm saying? It just makes a lot of sense, and I dig it. Like clean the shit up. You know what I'm saying? Just like Disney owns Fox now, so if they want to bring in some of them old X-Men characters and shit, that's great. But they're doing it in a way to where it's clean now, and that all of the old shit that we saw is canon now, and it works instead of it just being all over the fucking place. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, since it is a multiverse,
it is a multiverse. All they doing is cleaning up the multiverse. Really?
But how dope would that be? Like seeing like an old Storm kind of coach, like a younger Storm from a different multiverse.
Exactly, they could do that, but you have to do it in it. Well, it's different when you buy a company and you acquire it rather than working with a company. They have to do it that way with Sony because Sony is not giving up the rights to Spider-Man. Let's face it. It's a moneymaker. Right. Yeah. So a way for them, this do you realize what that last movie done? Like this is possibly a way for them to both make money simultaneously, nigga.
But Jamie Foxx set up like the whole Miles Morales thing. He's like, I know there's a black Spider-Man out there somewhere.
Right, but do you get what I'm saying? This is a way for Sony and Marvel Studios to make money. These motherfuckers both can put out a Spider-Man movie in the same fucking year.
You know how much money Sony makes off the video games alone? Like they own exclusive rights to Spider-Man too. Like,
but do you get what I'm saying though? Like they can both put out a Spider-Man movie in the same year, and it generate revenue for both movies due to their negotiation, rather than them just working together on one.
It's definitely gonna be money play because I heard this Spider-Man made more than Black Widow, Eternals, and something combined.
Exactly, like, and you know what else? What else it takes away from too? It takes away from creative differences too. Because guess what? We'll work with Tom Holland. Don't worry about that. We got Tom Holland over here in Marvel Studios. Y'all handle Andrew Garfield, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all do
Right.
what y'all want to do over there. We're gonna do what we gonna do over here. And we just gonna make money. Like that shit. Like that shit was perfect. No Way Home was perfect. A perfect segue for the multiverse. Like, and people do not realize that shit. That shit was the perfect segue for the multiverse. So, you know, that's I agree. I mean, I love it. Like, I know Rick, you it seems kind of like it, and in the grand scheme of things, it does seem kind of like far-fetched. It
just seems unnecessarily extra in certain instances. It's like it doesn't have to be like this, and that's what makes me nervous or cautious, better yet, about oversaturation when it comes to Marvel. Like, you know, this is something I've dreamed about since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
DC had it on lock like back then. You wasn't getting nothing from Marvel. You had like the Incredible Hulk on TV, and that's about it. Then you had a couple of whack Captain America movies. You had a couple of whack Spider-Man shows. You know what I mean? I can tell you when I was sitting there like pining for something serious as far as Marvel Comics being on the big screen, whether it be even as far as animation. You know, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends was huge for me. And then the X-Men in 1992, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I about lost my mind with the X-Men series in 1992. Marvel, that's why I never understood why Marvel, I'm like, how the hell are y'all going broke? Y'all just not using y'all characters right and things like that. I'm like, y'all got too much property, you know what I'm saying, for y'all to be broke. That you gotta sell to Sony, and you gotta sell to Fox, and you got to sell to this, that, and the third, and watch those companies abuse your characters. Cause like they used them, but like none of those Fantastic Fours made money.
Nope.
Right.
None of those Fantastic Fours made money. The Hulk didn't, you know, the Edward Norton Hulk didn't make money. Ben Affleck Daredevil, they panned that movie.
Right.
They panned the Ghost Rider. They panned the Ghost Rider movies, including Nicolas Cage. They said those movies were whack.
No, I feel you. That's the thing, though. Like, I get what you're saying. It does seem like it's oversaturated and like too much. But you got to understand, Marvel Studios had to do it this way in order to please the fans. Like, if it wasn't this way, we would not have Spider-Man. Because if you remember, before they reached the deal, Sony was not budging. Like, them niggas, they knew what they had. They like, fuck y'all, we are not selling this back. We got this. Y'all better, if y'all want to like kind of use this shit and share it with us, y'all better come correct. And you know what I'm saying? And it was one time where we thought we weren't gonna get another damn Spider-Man because the motherfuckers was not coming to an agreement. This way, the way they got it going now, this way it's like everybody eats. But that's just for that. So I don't think it's gonna be oversaturation with a lot of the characters. Because this is the only property that's, I mean, I'm sure they got other properties that's sold off to other little minuscule miniature companies that really don't, you know, resonate or whatever. I remember I just read a article about like how they can't use like characters like Rom and shit. You remember those old comic books? Yeah, they can't use those because they're like with another company or something or whatever. But I don't think nobody's really giving a fuck about Rom. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like, you get what I'm saying? So stuff like that, I don't care about. You know what I'm saying? But like Spider-Man is like ultimately one of the fucking most popular superheroes on the planet.
I tell you what.
You got to work some type of deal out with Sony. You got to.
If Marvel can do the X-Men right, that's gonna blow Spider-Man out the water.
And you know what? They're gonna be able
to do X-Men right. If they can do X-Men right, it's gonna blow Spider-Man out the water, bro.
But what's your idea? Right.
They're gonna
like what? Go ahead.
I get what you're saying.
My idea to write is being as close to the true characters as possible. Like I spoke about Wolverine, I think they dumbed Wolverine down in the beginning. They didn't want him to be but so violent and draw blood and things like that. They bring that kind of Wolverine in. Like I said, they're gonna have to be as true to the characters as possible. You can't dumb down anything because, I mean, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man was cool. I didn't like the Garfield Spider-Man at all. I didn't like it. To me, and that's why you didn't get 3 movies out of it. Now they wanted to be a third Garfield Spider-Man movie, but only Marvel can, in my opinion, can be that close to care. Like, does anybody honestly like the X-Men series from Sony? I'm sorry, not Sony, Fox.
No, not really, but that's my point. That's my point exactly. Like, and you know, the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, it's cool. I dug it. He done a great job in the movie. And you know, like I said, they're petitioning for him to get another, you know, have another movie, another crack at it. Which, like I said, I think that the way they did things by separating it is perfect, because if they didn't do it that way, we would, in the MCU, Marvel Studios would not have a Spider-Man, man. Like, we wouldn't. We wouldn't have a Spider-Man at all. You know what I'm saying? So they had to do it that way. As far as like I'm not Fantastic Four, but as far as the X-Men coming in, that's a different story. You know why? Because Disney owns Fox. Marvel Studios owns, you know what I'm saying, the X-Men. You know what I'm saying? So they have direct access. So there's no way you can fuck there's no way Marvel Studios can fuck that up, because we have complete access. But on Spider-Man's stance, they didn't have it's a joint venture. So them doing the way they're doing it now, to me, it makes a lot of sense that they may want to split that shit. Just like how they split that was perfect. When I seen that in the movie theater, when Venom left and like he kind of disappeared back to the Sony universe, and that little blob of symbiote got left behind, I said, yes, perfect. You done summed up all that shit. Perfect. Now we can have two.
I mean, and I definitely agree it's going to be Flash. It's just like I know Ned is going to be the Hobgoblin.
Right. But that's great. Like, let's keep that. Let's do that.
Let me ask you this though. Like, you think Andrew Garfield's going to introduce Miles? Like, maybe like as he is older, maybe he's been grooming Miles
now
since a younger age.
Now that may be the catalyst of the negotiation that they had. That may be it right there.
Would you watch it if that was the case? If it was like,
if Miles came out on Sony rather than the Marvel Studios,
but under Andrew, I would
watch that. I'm gonna tell you, I would watch that. The reason why is because, let's not forget, Marvel and Sony are still working together. They can open up that portal at any time, and that nigga can jump from that side to this side and go back, and they can shut this shit again. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we've had 3 Peter Parkers, but you know, where's Miles at? And
I know. I feel you.
Spider-Verse, that shit was fire. Like,
yeah.
Because
I feel you. That's a good take. You know what I'm saying? Because that might have been the negotiation, like right there. Like, all right, we'll give you Tom Holland Spider-Man, and y'all can do whatever y'all want to do with that. We'll take Andrew Garfield, but we're gonna debut Miles over here, because they know motherfuckers are flock to see Miles. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll debut Miles.
I would see it for the purpose of seeing Miles. Really, just honestly, they introduced him on Sony.
You know what's dope?
Can I just?
No, go ahead, Brandess. Go ahead.
I don't think it's going to be that way. I think, okay. So, do any of you guys play the video game?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how I think yeah. However, I think they're gonna bring Miles in through Feast.
I mean, Feast was Aunt May shit. Like, that was in the game.
But I think that, yeah, and I think they're gonna bring Miles in through Feast.
But Aunt May died.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Feast is still gonna be around. I guarantee you.
Right.
And Peter will be around. Peter will probably always go back to it because of a connection with her, even though nobody will know who he is. He will always be there to feel like a connection with her, maybe as a volunteer, and that's how they bring in Miles, because Miles will come in as a volunteer as well.
But you think? I feel like the Andrew Garfield would work out better with Miles because of not
The experience, and then on top of that, okay, going back to the comic books, how was Miles introduced? He was introduced through the Ultimate Universe, right?
Right.
I just said that. Like, this is not the main MCU. He was introduced through the Ultimate Universe. Now he's in the MCU. I mean, now he's in the 616. In the comic books, he's in 616 now. He started out in the Ultimate Universe. It was Ultimate Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? The same shit could happen. He could start out over there and then jump his way. Like I said, Marvel and Sony working together, they can open the portal anytime. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with multiverses now. They can open it. They can open it at any time for Miles to jump from Sony Universe to the MCU, and you know what I'm saying, dance around in there a little bit, and when it's time to go back, he can go back, or they could just keep him over there.
To what Brandess was saying too, though, like in the game, like Peter was like, okay, you watch over New York. I'm going. Where he went overseas with MJ. I'm going overseas, and then that's how Miles was kind of responsible for New York for a while. But I think like with the Andrew Garfield thing, I think like he's going to pass the torch to him, like maybe do a movie or two, and then he's going to get over his head, and Miles is going to come help bail him out, and then the torch is going to be passed, and that's going to be Sony's new character, like Miles as Spider-Man.
And it very well could be, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying it doesn't stop them from like, bouncing back and forth. But I'm saying,
you can do both.
Yeah. But I'm saying like the main Spider-Man for the MCU would be Tom Holland. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, of course.
It would make sense. Like they can't enter Toby or Andrew into the MCU. It don't make sense. The only one that makes sense is Tom. Tom was here since Civil War, so it makes sense. And I think that was a ploy for them to make money together. And you know what I'm saying? And to both have Spider-Man properties and to revise the old shit. You know what I'm saying? Because now motherfuckers is anxious to see them again. We wasn't anxious to see them for a while. We were just worried about Tom. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that the rumors came that they were going to bring him in, motherfuckers was like, okay. And then they actually brought him in the movie. Now it's like, Sony like, all right, we can do some more movies with these guys. Y'all can have Tom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much. Yeah. Like, y'all can go ahead. Y'all can have him now. You know what I'm saying? But it was a fight for, with just Tom in the beginning, because it's like, hey, wait a minute. Like, no, we own Spider-Man. Y'all don't no more. You remember? Y'all went bankrupt and sold the shit. You can't have him back because we know he's a moneymaker. You know what I'm saying? So let's work it out this way. Let's have two of them. You know what I'm saying? So, Marvel's always had money makers. They just never, until the MCU, they could never figure it out. Like I said, they've had a couple of shows here and there, a couple of animated series that did well, but for the most part, it was like, Marvel couldn't get it together. I mean, did you guys see the new? Did you guys ever see the New Mutants movie? I totally bypassed that shit. Like, I ain't gonna front. What'd you say, Karen?
I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, I saw like maybe the first 20 minutes and it's not.
Brandess, you seen that one?
No.
Oh wow, see.
It's just like
everybody saw. I came across it at Walmart on sale for like $12.99. So I said I might as well. And I wasn't as mad at that as I was mad at the Suicide Squad. Terrence definitely knows how much I hated Suicide Squad. The first one I mean, the trailer was way better than when you see the trailer, it looks nothing like the movie. Nothing like the movie.
You talked about that the last episode.
yeah, for real.
Yeah. That was, and I hate that. The New Mutants, it was like a horror movie at first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I thought it was. Like watching it, like I forgot, what it was. I was like kind of confused.
Yeah, and the New Mutants they picked and everything. It was just like, I'm like, it's like I said, we can't. Marvel be wasting money for all them selling their characters like that. nobody made money off of those movies. It didn't seem like all those characters that they sold to Fox and Sony. None of those characters made money. Probably outside of the nothing really made money. Probably outside of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Daredevil was whack. The Hulk was whack. Elektra was whack. The X-Men movies were inconsistent. They were inconsistent.
Right.
If anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 1 minute Colossus is just a regular mutant you see in the house saving kids, and the next thing you know, he's a big part of the Deadpool situation.
Right.
You know,
right.
So but yeah.
Yeah, so moving on. We almost out of here, man. Moving on. I want to talk about this whole Denzel Washington being in the MCU whole thing. I know many of us seen this posted today about Michael B. Jordan has a plan for Denzel Washington to join the MCU. This is coming from comicbookresources.com, and it says Black Panther star Michael B. Jordan says he has ideas for how a Journal for Jordan director Denzel Washington could join the MCU. Michael B. Jordan has some ideas for how Denzel Washington could join the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but he's keeping them to himself for now. In an IMDb interview for their movie, A Journal for Jordan, directed by Washington and starring Jordan, the former Black Panther star was asked if he wanted Washington to join the MCU. Yes, no hesitation. I actually got some things in mind, he said, to which Washington joked, "You better hurry." Jordan continued, "I think I got some ideas for that. Yeah, that'd be cool. After I finish Creed 3, after I finish that project, then my mind can wander on to other creative things." So, I mean, what do y'all think about that?
You think do you think that they like, what's the word, like overhyped it? Because it's like, someone asks you, "Oh, you want so-and-so to come with you?" I can figure out something for them to do. Like, you think it's something like that, or do you think like he actually got something in the works for it?
That's tough, and it just depends but I do know Michael B. Jordan is somewhat of a fan. You know what I'm saying? So, and he could possibly have like an idea. You know what I'm saying? But by him saying he has an idea, I don't think it would go too far, because like he doesn't have any pull at like Marvel Studios. Like there's like he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? He can't go to Kevin Feige and be like, "Hey, I want him for this movie." If by him saying that, I'm thinking he has an idea for him in like Black Panther 2 or some shit like that, because Michael B. Jordan is good friends with Ryan Coogler. He works close with Ryan Coogler,
right?
So if anybody got pulled with a particular movie or property, it's that. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have to be like Black Panther associated or whatever. Maybe for the Wakanda show or something like that. You know what I mean? They're working on the Disney Plus Wakanda show. Maybe for that, because Ryan Coogler is doing that as well. But as far as anything else in MCU, I don't think he has that big of a voice to like convince. Hey, Kevin Feige, I have Denzel Washington to play the role of whoever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. That's my take on it. Anybody else
That's why I said I was thinking it was just one of those things where like I got something for him to do,
Right.
He doesn't have pull. He was in a movie, like you said, he was cool with Coogler, but
right, exactly. So
what's up? This your boy Wyclef Jean, aka Spider-Man. Y'all already know I'm a superhero. What makes me a superhero? Come on. Hip Hop Marvel.
We got it locked from your block to the comic shop.
Yeah, before we get out of here, one more thing I want to talk about is last year in hip hop, we had some dope albums that dropped. We had some dope singles that dropped. It was a great year collectively for hip hop. What do you expect for hip hop in 2022? Brandess?
Kendrick.
Just straight like that. That's just one word answer. It's just Kendrick. Kendrick. Terry,
he's supposed to be dropping this year. I think Rick sent us a list of like some albums coming out this year. There was a few because Kendrick, ASAP Rocky. I think Cole even had one that's supposed to come out this year that surprised me because he dropped every 3-4 years.
That would definitely be surprising if he come out with another one. He better because these old niggas in the game is showing these young niggas up. I mean, shit,
yeah.
you got Nas that dropped 3 albums in a year and a half, bro. He got to do it.
He got one more coming too.
He got one more coming. It might be in less than 2 years if they keep fucking around. Like, you know what I mean? So you better come with it. And they quality albums too. Like, that's not getting twisted. These ain't no like throwaways too. Like, you know what I mean? Let's not get it twisted. Yeah, I'm expecting. I guess what I'm expecting from hip hop in 2022. I'm expecting. I guess it's not really more of a expectation, rather than like it being seeing some of the OGs prosper. In 2022, I want to see.
Who do you want to hear from?
I want to hear and see a lot of my OGs doing their thing. I want to hear from Jay. Like, I want to hear what Jay got to say. You know what I'm saying? Jay, even if it's a fucking EP, give me 5 joints from Jay. It could be as short as 444. You know what I'm saying? Give me another one of them type of joints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I can do. I can do with that. Of course, Nas. I'm waiting on KD3. You know what I'm saying? And whatever else he got to offer, him and Hit Boy, because them motherfuckers. You might as well call them niggas a group. He said it too. They like the new Gangstar shit. If it ain't broke, don't fix the shit.
Yep.
Keep that shit going. What else? Yeah, like you say, like you and Brandon said, Kendrick. If I'll be surprised if Cole got another one too.
I want to hear that Rocky album too.
Yeah, Rocky ain't been out in a minute, so waiting on him.
You're gonna have a Rihanna feature or two.
I'm waiting on some of my other TDE bros, man. Like, where's Schoolboy at? Where fucking J-Rock at? Where's fucking Absol? Like, I want to hear something from them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. It's crazy because me and my wife was just vibing out the other night to J-Rock's Redemption album. That shit was fucking fire. Like, yeah. So, yeah, I'm expecting, a lot of the OGs to show and prove this year. Because, I mean, I know the youngins, they, the youth, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Like,
Cordae.
Yeah,
they dropping soon.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. The singles he dropped or whatever, or whether they're singles or loosies, they've been dope. We talked about the last podcast, the joint with Wayne.
Sinister.
Sinister is crazy. The power joint is crazy. I like that one. That's good you brought that one up too, because I totally forgot about Cordae. He's supposed to be dropping this year as well. I can't think of too much off the top, but of course I'm always interested in hearing what Griselda got going on. I definitely want to see what Dre getting into. This motherfucker is back. He's back cooking, Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
I mean, and his whole squad, you know what I'm saying? So definitely looking forward to that. They got the Super Bowl halftime shit going on this year. That shit gonna be crazy. Super Bowl's in Cali too. Oh my goodness. Like, I know they're gonna do California Love. Like, I already know that's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
So yeah, like, it's a lot of shit I'm looking forward to, man. In hip hop, I'm looking forward to seeing what new verses they're gonna have for the season, the next season of verses. What face-offs we're gonna get to see. whether I mean, I don't care if it crosses different genres, But yeah, of course, definitely hip hop, even if it's R&B or whatever. What else? Shit. Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking forward to all of that.
Who you want to see in verses? Like, if you could put like one matchup, your dream matchup.
You know what? I don't really have a dream matchup. I just want somebody to go against Buster. I don't give a fuck. Just put somebody against Buster. That's it. I don't really have, you know what I'm saying? I'm not picky. Like, you know what I'm saying? As long as they can surprise me. You know what I mean? But as long as they got somebody, like, get somebody against Buster, get somebody against Missy, get somebody against Jay, get somebody against Ye, Weezy, the greats. I don't want to see, like, you know what I'm saying? But I want to see those type, because I know this shit is gonna be non-stop hits. Yeah. I'm looking more forward to seeing more of the like top tier motherfuckers battle in versus. I guess if you want to say that. I don't necessarily know who against who, but I definitely want to see a lot of the top tier like superstars battling. So yeah, I'll just put that out there. Yeah. So, but yeah, man. Shit, we going on. Shit, we got some time, man. I'll tell you that. Shit, we just leave it at that. Yeah, man. Remember to listen, share, rate, and subscribe. We're on multiple podcast platforms and apps, multiple streaming services, wherever you get your podcast. Remember to follow us on our social media: Twitter, Instagram at Hip Hop Marvels, Facebook Hip Hop Marvels, all one word. Got my squad here. Rick had to dip, so but I appreciate y'all rocking with us. Next episode, we gotta do something big. It's our 30th. You know what I'm saying? 30th episode, so we gotta definitely come through and rock out for that one. This is episode 29. This episode is titled Back Issue because we're back and it's an issue. And yeah, it's an issue that we're back. Not an issue for us, an issue for everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Plus it's a play on words. So, you know what I mean? It for all my comic heads out there. Yeah, so yeah, I want to give a shout out to all of the listeners out there. Thank y'all for rocking with us all this time. We got a lot of content coming to y'all, a lot of dope guests lined up. So definitely stay tuned. We're definitely going to hit y'all more consistently this year. We've heard the criticism, we heard the critiques. It's all love. We definitely will be consistent this year. Ain't that right, Terry? Ain't that right, Brandess?
We on that ass. We on that
ass. More consistent this year. Looking forward to all of the dope Marvel content out this year. And yeah, man. Looking forward to it all. So with that said, we here. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Dig this and dig it deep.
We got it locked from your block to the comic shop.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded nigga, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, my nigga, I swing the pendulum. If the bitch bag a dick shit, I'm gon' give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the fuck up, just let me talk, nigga. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off, nigga. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a Renaissance starter. My mind divine, this should take me a lot farther. Growing up, should I really have beef with my father? But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, nigga, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded nigga, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause niggas got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth nigga is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I'm aiming them. Enemies, I'm the enema, I'ma shit on them. Just like my keys, drop my genitals. On our dinner work, my thoughts I keep confidential. It's consequential, philosophies unidentical. I'm not into ya, my Siamese brother Benjamin. That's how I stick to him, these diamond bees, all BBs. I call them Vivica, skating underneath the bridge. Stay hustling as it is, make money, feed the kids. Ain't nothing in the fridge, wake up, repeat the sins. 8 blunts, I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid. 800, eat a dick.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded nigga, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, my nigga, I swing the pendulum. If the bitch bag a dick shit, I'm gon' give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I reign, motherfucker.
Statik Selektah.
You put that pussy on a pedestal. I got the product on the pedal on whatever's available. I drive my cars according to which one they got gas in it. No, I got flavor, I get paid off ad-libbing. I ain't going back and forth badminton. Bad bitch ass different. I brag different, my bag different. My tag different, my mag different. Okay, I'm reloaded, surrounded by the deep throaters, the meat quotas. Drop promethazine in a pea soda, weed rollers. I was summoned by all the street soldiers. Cuban link on hug, you give you the cold shoulder. I might flirt with a chick and give her the wrong number. I drop the top of the year, it's gonna be a cold summer. I drop the top of the coupe, it look like a road runner. I grab my own dick, like let me hold some. We see 12 and hit the fence, Motorola era. Section 8 with low rent, Motorola era. Now from a nig to a brick, Motorola era. I got the trophy on my wrist, Motorola era. We see 12 and hit the fence, Motorola era. Section 8 with low rent, Motorola era. Now from a nig to a brick, Motorola era. I got the trophy on my wrist, Motorola era.
Fly exotic, diabolic, the psychologic. Cypher solid, rock juice is nice and brolic. Come from it, never stun it, keep it 100. Speak to the blunted, no sleep deep in the stomach. Top billing, blew the spot, knocked through the ceiling. Who not chillin'? See a whole lot in they feelings. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4, 5 million, 6 million, fuck it, want it all. Face off, hit the clutch, give it and take off. Cake off, cause the Skegalettis and vapes cost A sauce. Why body, no weight loss? Why try me as high as I be and stay fall? Fresh garments, penthouse, hitting apartments, getting it constant. Came up, mission accomplished. 2 initials, 2 on point, 2 official. A true OG, I'm who'll get you.
We see 12 and hit the fence, Motorola era. Section 8 with low rent, Motorola era. Now from a nig to a brick, Motorola era. I got the trophy on my wrist, Motorola era. We see 12 and hit the fence, Motorola era. Section 8 with low rent, Motorola era. Now from a nig to a brick, Motorola era. I got the trophy on my wrist, Motorola era.
Stacking plenty papers.
Got it locked from your block to the comic shop.
I was that kid, inspired by Crush Groove, Beat Street. Boys in the hood dropped, had a Deuce 5, the cheapie. Might pull up at the sideshow, elite Jeeps and street sweep. I'm a rider, we run the road like meep meep. Knee deep in that fuckery, luckily mama prayed, love is a luxury, bro. You beta males ain't cucks to me. I see lanes with choker chains and goofy kicks. These rap niggas be more groupie than the groupie chicks. These thirsty dudes that shove a baby to get an IG pic and call it Brandon. Must be Trojans, you be rotten dick. They told us rap was real spittin', but let the fake cats get most of power positions. You artificial, these artifacts. I should win Pulitzer Prizes for the art of rap. Ahmad Arbery got me jogging with the gat. How these rednecks slaughter blacks. It's either that or heart attacks. I'm idolizing the best you ever slept on. Keep sleeping, kill you in your dreams like Freddy with the gloves bleeding. Good times, I'm Lenny, I got plenty. Satisfy your bitch, I give it a dick al dente. I got options, wifey never be my solo mente. Fuck a ball and chain, chop off my foot, Kunta Kinte. V-E-R-S-A-C-E, pronounced Versace. So are you living in my posse and lot of my fosse? Talk shit behind my back cause you scared of the Debo. Can't drink after nigga, might as well be sharing a needle. Modern day Abraham, I'm preparing the Hebrew. You been harmless your whole life, you a fucking placebo. Took my kindness for weakness, I fuck it, I'm evil. Replace him with a new Negro like I'm doing a Cheeto. And nobody even notice, know how would them see you. Leave you in fetal, feeding out consult of the seagulls. Signed to the same label as the Beatles, stole my masters, then played the victim, hashtag me too. Fuck this industry, fuck you rap niggas. I'm a contract killer, death to class spirits.
When y'all niggas went Hollywood, I was left stranded. I sold my last pack when your jet landed. I'm Fred Sanford. I pick up a brick, then slam it. Left handed, I turn it into the paint. Dripping off a wet canvas, I'm burning it till it baked. Yes, damn it, the infrared landed on your headband, then scanned it. Left your forehead slanted, I was left for dead famished. Counting blood money, left red-handed. I put racks on top of racks, bread sandwich. Word to Jesus, I pray to God's son, and Fred answered. Forget manners, niggas that judge me got less standards. I push your way to the next planet, while the casket by the dirt gets planted. The jackham innocent man and is carving a brick, all in a fresh granite. While y'all slept in the hammock, I'm stretching the gram till it's dressed in ceramic. He's part machine, said the mechanic. He walks with fiends whose depression is manic. Yet under pressure, y'all expect him to panic. I just expected to vanish before it left the Atlantic. Translated from Spanish with a Mexican pamphlet. Cause on American sand it's stretched in Hispanic. It still kills the regular standard. From Brooklyn to Queens, from the belt to the Van, we can still melt in the transit. Never left it abandoned, I'm left chanting. This is the next anthem while the feds are camping. I'm Fred Hampton. Jesus.
Niggas shouldn't provoke that bloody chainsaw. Rather now look who's awoke. This another face for the novel, the book done blew oak. Brooklyn to Oakland, I'm a murderer. This is good for promotion. My desire is different, this fire proficient. Caught so many bodies that I require assistance. Accurate shooter, the sniper from distance. Twice as consistent, I just keep coming back. They like the persistence. These niggas is visibly shaken, don't get me mistaken. Add it up and do the math, they don't fit the equation. Blood is on my chainsaw, someone get me an apron. Leatherface, I'm in my own lane, yet they sticking with Jason. This shit is more vicious and brutal. I rip through these poodles, mask made of human skin, the whole kit and caboodle. I'm a fucking gangster, I'm considered a guru. Braveheart, fresh out the graveyard, and they did it with voodoo. This more than just rapping, I'm quarterbacking, caught him lacking. I'm handing out bullets, I autograph them sheets. That boy's adapting, 3/4 platinum, so trippy, I might splash you niggas. I bought the napkins. Now my purpose is clear, I flirt with the terror. I woke up like I'm possessed, wrote this verse in the mirror. Nobody put in more work in this era. Body the best, I'm Haji from Johnny Quest, get a turban preparer. Yeah, I'm a unicorn in a human form. Once my eyes open, it's like I turned the computer on. I paint you a pretty picture, I got the Rugatron. I got blood on my Louboutins, I'm the new Saddam. Nigga, dig the vibe of my sicker side. Leatherface, I jumped out the grave like it's alive. They was clapping when they thought I was finished, like Hitler died. I came back a whole bigger size and hurt niggas' pride. Yeah, I've been watching the hatred. You got to embrace it, cause it's logic. I feel like I've been locked in the base. Now falling off is a comical state. I've not been complacent. Tombstone, the competition get dropped through the pavement. It's pain.
I'm not a rapper, B, I ski Uzis. And I can't act, turned down 3 movies. Got 3 groupies, took from 3 goofies. It's a rap here, we gon' pin them 3 doobies. Yo, respect the crooks, respect the look. 1 leg out the drop, like respect the foot. Before you get the watch, go respect the book. If you get got, you got, just respect the jokes, nigga. They still unaware of this red cat, putting up red stats, ready to tear tracks. Ever since a kid, bubble bears and Air Max. When you do it big, be prepared for fair facts, a fair fact. Like what's up, high, sun down when we run by, the gun high. Nick with the cannon, sound like a drum line. We front line, front you and ready, make sure to come by. The flow deadly for Mo Fetty, it's only 1 eye. This for the shooters, cocaine coppers, movers, not name droppers. Always quick to step on the scale like Weight Watchers. Mix the Tom Brown with Chanel, go plane watchers, go chain rockers, flame choppers, can't stop us. We be the council, high nigga, that's me, 2 fly niggas. Bank Matthews, Dave Hyatt, I'm high fisher. Take raffles, wish buy a surprise winner. More birds than air fryer, surprise dinners.
My ride's vicious, talk money, my mind switches. VVS and wine dishes, big nose, disguise witness. Lost too many on the journey, yeah, glad I'm alive, bitches. Bitch, you can't line me up with God's clippers. A nigga tell he need 999 stitches. What time I'm stronger, my glow is my body armor. Dog, your favorite rapper can't see these hands just like he Honda. 20 bodies every state, 30 grand in my Nike joggers. About 100 niggas pillaged in cities, we might be fathers. Through all adversity, I'ma get it regardless. I'm back to shining, performing with accurate timing. Look back at the lack reclining. 13 was cracking diamonds. Rap demons been clowning the fuck out. Ecstatic is back to rhyming. Put your motherfucking cup up and toast to this masterminding. Money talks, big pack of diamonds. Don't catch a beating sore. Window was thick as either or. Nothing you seen before. The bag I'm in is 14 keys or all. About style, I can teach you more. Meters stuck up the sneaker store. Took me 3 weeks or more. Stumbling out of the 4 Seasons door. Ain't no catching up, nigga. You seen the score.
We true New Yorkers and Gucci joggers. I move through Harlem. Consignment flow like I got it from Fritz. I'm cool as autumn. Recruited sponsors that pull up in trucks that move like Tonka. Hit the States and became great. I feel like Luka Doncic. Fruit of my labor, delivered it rotten. Made sure I stayed close to a bill like Hillary Rodham. Grew up as menaces, had continuous issues and problems. Asking about pistols, we got them. Used to be the playground, now bitches we swing them and slide them. How could you beef with your partner? Shape up to the feet designer. Wake up with a freak named Tanya. Makeup on my sheet, she wildin'. Taking out, I'm eating Italian. Trick what? Lace who? Nah, that ain't what Dave do. If you was about your paper, they'd have paid you. Ungrateful is the worst trait. I got on some shit, it's hard to pronounce what my shirt say. I caught the slime flu. At the same time, I hunger for more. In front of the store, jacket, army fatigue. It looked like I wanted a war. In front of your board, niggas will rob you. Somebody killed you, hitting your poor. Run through your city like we still on tour. Count up $1 million right on the floor. I got the spirit of Mr. Shakur. Spit in the camera, swear you ain't got all the answers. Watch who you let in your circle. I see niggas turning to cancer. How you tell them about body cell? They never heard of the Panthers. Question after question about this life, I deserve me some answers. College dropout, serving the campus, deserve me a mansion.